Hi guys, good evening or good morning for you, depending on the time you're watching this video. I wanted to share some thoughts with you on vulnerability and expressing your emotions and how a lot of times, especially currently in our conventional society, is people play games and they don't necessarily share how they feel because of the fear of being, ridiculed or judged. So they kind of pretend a lot, and we have this facade. I hope I'm using this word correctly. I'm sorry, English is not my first language, but we have this masks basically that we wear, and we pretend to feel a certain way or to not have feelings at times because of fear. And let me tell you, I have been a master of that all my life. Um, I have grown up um, in a country where it wasn't really like acceptable, I would say, and tolerated to be like weak and open, and it was kind of like a pussy thing to do. And also in my family it was the same thing. The emotions weren't really like accepted and approved, kind of shut down instead. So I grew up with portraying that I don't care. And most of my relationships, even my intimate relationships with people I loved, I never were able to truly open up. And especially in the moments where I needed my partner or I felt vulnerable, I never was, open enough and feeling vulnerable enough to share that. So, what I want to say is that I always perceived it as a weakness. I always thought me sharing my true self is weak because it could be like needy, like I am being, um, just weak and needy basically. And that's not who I am. I'm the strong person and I got this and I don't need anybody, which is all literally just conditioned beliefs, and it's just all a bunch of BS. So I always did not, um, make true open statements and stuff like this in those moments in my relationships. And what I'm realizing now is that it's hard. It's really, really hard to live this way. And that is actually you not sharing your emotion is a weakness, not you sharing them is a weakness. And I'm just learning that in life, when those moments come, we need to share them, because once we share everything that we have and everything that we are, is the only thing that gives us like true feeling of wholeness and peace and even pride. Because the truth is, if you are able to truly own your emotions and accept yourself for everything that you are, even if those emotions are negative, which could be anger or shame or this, as long as you're really willing to openly accept them and express them, that just shows so much self-love and strength that a lot of people do not possess. So I just wanted to share that don't be afraid to really say what's there for you, and don't buy into all these BS games. And if people are going to judge you for these emotions, and if they're going to, make you feel embarrassed or shamed for expressing them, they're the ones with the problem, not you. And if you really want to experience a total like integration and wholeness, you actually just try it. And it's very, very difficult. It's very hard at first, especially for those of us who haven't been doing it, but it's worth it at the end. Another thing is, when you are, let's say, ending a relationship, a lot of times, especially if our partner is the one who initiates it, we are so hurt by it that we don't really say what's truly on our mind because of pride, because of ego, and other thoughts. We just pretend like, okay, no big, like that's fine, no big deal, or anything. Even if somebody, doesn't show up for a date, we try to play it cool and all this stuff. We're not really expressing ourselves. And I stand for full expression and full self expression of your emotions, because when you truly show up with who you are, like authentically, it's makes such a big difference, and it also allows that other person to do the same. And if they don't, they are not, it's fine, they're maybe not there yet, but at least you know that you have fully shown up for this person, for this relationship, and for yourself, and you left nothing on the table. And so that's just always great. And I wanted to just quickly touch on, I've had a lot of, not a lot, but like a good amount of breakups in my life, I would say, because I've been in a good amount of relationships actually. And the I haven't felt as much completion in those relationships just because of the way they ended, like abruptly, or me not really fully expressing myself and my emotions. And the last one I was in, I actually fully shown up and expressed myself and had an amazing, beautiful completion process where I shared and cried, and I've said sorry for what I had to say sorry for, and I expressed my sorrows and any other emotions that were associated with the separation. And I'll tell you the truth, you know afterwards it just made me feel so much more at peace. And even though I had to deal with like remaining grief and stuff like this, but I felt complete. And it's very, very important, because a lot of times if we don't do that, things linger and we still have to work with those emotions. We just kind of hide them and suppress them, but they're still there months and months later. Or we get to question ourselves, like, that we haven't really played full on, and maybe regret not saying something or not doing something. So anyway, this is getting longer than I thought, but no regrets. And no regret means expressing yourself fully and always. So anyway, let me know what you guys think about this, and I hope everyone has a great day. Bye.